In the last video, I analysed myself playing bridge in real time, and it was surprisingly eye-opening. Through rewatching myself play, I got to understand what exactly I was doing at each point in time while playing the hand. And through that, I managed to expose a lot of my bad habits and things that I failed to do or shouldn't be doing. And I think it gave me a pretty good idea of what kind of things I need to work on moving forward if I want to be a better player, which I do. So that said, that video was of me having a meltdown. So I'm going to be doing the same thing again, but this time on a hand where I was not having a meltdown, but I was thinking, let's say it was the same session, so I was a little bit on the tired side, but I think this gives more insight into like my regular play and my state of mind. So yeah, let's review what was going through my mind for this board, and let's see if we can glean any new insights from this.
I won't say three spades no sandwich, it's just not serious. It's just not a shit hand, which honestly, for a 12 count opening, like we play really standard, this is as bad as it gets because he showed 4-3. Like, first of all, the points is minimum. Secondly, the points are scattered all over the place. And how many points did I say? And whatever number that is, it's 4-3. He promised 4-3, and I mean, it's real. This is as bad as the shape gets, right? Like, if he has 4 clubs, he can 5 clubs, so much more. And his hand can be so much better. Like, cause at this point, the one spade is really wide ranging.
You see, I was harping about the previous board. I mean, that said, I was practicing live streaming, so I do want to be more chatty than usual, and like during the downtime, I should be chatting about the boards, as in for live stream purposes. But for like bridge purposes, then no, you don't really want to be thinking about the previous hand. And as you will see later, right, like I completely did not realize that Ease was thinking. So later on you'll see in hand, like this did not factor in at all. Like so if Ease is thinking, then I can infer that she has something to think about, right? So that might affect like my initial assumptions about what kind of hand she can possibly have, right? Of course, you know, that's not always accurate information. But let's say you have a choice of two different layouts that Declarer may have, then you know, maybe you should be thinking about like, okay, like what kind of hands would she be thinking about, something like what would cause there to be something to think about. And frankly, this is something I'm actively trying to work on, like, because I find that I'm really bad at inferring things. Like, I always, okay, not always, I very often draw the wrong conclusions when there's a tank, so I'm trying to like be more attuned to this. I mean, I can just don't care about it, like just go by strict probabilities, which is what I do. But if I want to reach the next level, then I think I have to start thinking about it. Whether I act on it or not is a different thing, but I should start considering all these like so-called table feel things. And you know, like if I find that my reads are good, then I can consider incorporating more of it into my decisions in the future. But if I don't even think about it, then there's no way I can assess how good my reads are and learn from examples like when did I get it right, when did I get it wrong, and stuff like that.
Okay, so I'm not on lead. That's fantastic. I do expect a club lead from partner because that's the unbid suit, which is good for us, really.
Okay, so this is so real. Like one of my partners, she commented that like I have this huge fear of leading. And to some extent, I think I do believe that my leads aren't great. Yeah, I think I just am really uncomfortable leading. But this right here was so irrational because I was like, yeah, I want a club lead. That's great for me. But then like I could also lead a club, you know. Have I considered that? But one good thing about this snippet is that, I mean, I guess I could wait until the bidding is done instead of assuming. But at least in my head, I was kind of preparing for a club lead. And then that means that if there is no club lead, then I'll really be like thinking, okay, like why wasn't there a club lead, right?
Ooh, yeah, I kind of sense hesitation in the past, but I mean, it's online bridge.
So yeah, you see, I didn't notice West's hesitation because I was blabbering about the previous board, but I did notice his hesitation. Which, because I noticed it, maybe I would have thought about it later on in the hand had he been declarer.
Ace, king, queen, jack, queen, 12 points. Nico has 5 card heart.
So yeah, I think it's good that the first thing I did was like size up the dummy, like how many points did dummy have, and also like consider like, okay, what other information do I know about declarer's hand? Yeah, I really didn't notice West thinking. So in my mind, like I gave her 5 card heart. I mean, obviously she could have 6. Like if she had 6, then she would have something to think about. Like maybe she wants to rebid 3 hearts.
What am I gonna do if when they play the queen of hearts out?
So I think that it is great that I am pre-anticipating like the kind of problems I might have. Like when declare plays a queen, right? I guess for this particular hand, it's probably not time sensitive. But on another hand, right, like it could be very time sensitive. Like, am I going to cover or not? And I have a split second to decide before like declarer infers that I have something, And honestly, in tournament settings, that is something I panic about. Like I panic, like I think I'm thinking for a really long time, and I just panic.
I have 11 and 12, 12. That's the minimum. There'll be 24. So partner has at most 5 points.
Now I'm like kind of sizing up what kind of hand partner can have, which is a really good thing to do.
I mean, I have to cover in case partner has a 10, right? That's the main thing. I don't think. Am I stopping like an entry? Yes, if partner has the ace of diamonds, which is possible.
It's good that I'm thinking like when it matters and when it doesn't.
Oh, this 8. We play
Now, even though I hadn't fully thought of whether I was going to cover or not, I played the trick one immediately. Like, okay, I mean, of course, I knew that it's either I win the trick or East wins the trick, so I don't have to prepare for it yet. But then, yeah, it's just bad habits. Like before, like my thoughts crystallize, I just feel the need to like act immediately.
second, fourth lead. So this 8 does look like second, which means that Nicole has the ace jack and partner is like 8, probably 8, 10, or I guess 8, 10 or 8, 9, something.
And clearly, I didn't even think about the lead. I mean, I guess before I could voice it out, I had kind of guessed it was second, fourth, and I mean, the queen almost never hurts, but yeah, I played immediately. That said, it's good that, like, I'm thinking what other cards partner might have in the suit. Like, I concluded that he can't have the jack. If not, he might have led fourth best.
Now it does seem like partner has the ace, and it seems like partner is thinking like whether to win it or not.
And then here, I guess, I kind of used UI because partner's thinking he must have the ace. I know I'm not supposed to, but like, how can you stop yourself from thinking that? I don't know, director, anyone?
8, 10. He pitched a 3 of spades. 3 of spades. So there's 2 for jack, right? 2 for jack. Outstanding.
I think it's good that I'm counting the spade pips while I have time before like I forget that the 3 was played. That said, I seem to be very concerned about the pips for signaling purposes instead of thinking, why did the Declara pitch a 3 instead of the diamond? Although, I mean, the diamond suit just looks a lot more solid. But the spades, there's one more card there. I don't know.
And just for the count. Kind of could. I don't know. 8 queen ace. Still a lot of clubs. Partner knows I don't have the jack of clubs.
I think it's good that I'm thinking like, what does partner know about my hand?
I mean, now they definitely have entries, so I just... Who has the jack of diamonds? Partner can have the jack of diamonds. Nico, ace, jack, ace. Good, doesn't good. If they have 4, 5, 6, 7.
Okay, obviously I wasn't very coherent here, but I was actually counting how many tricks the carrot would have if the carrot had the jack of diamonds. That said, what I'm not doing is thinking about like what kind of hands would partner win the ace with.
Okay, if they have 5 hearts, 5, 6, 7, 8, and a diamond finesse. So I do have to play partner for the 10. Or I can don't. Okay, but like, so if I'm playing partner for the jack of diamonds, then I duck the hearts. And
here I was attempting to figure out how many tricks the carrot has if partner had the jack of diamonds. Of course, I kind of assumed that the carrot double turn diamond. I think, or at least double turn diamond. I mean, yeah, I mean, it's a bit hard to tell like how many of every suit the carrot has at this point.
okay, so partner has double turn spade because we played 2 4 returns. I have no idea. Where's the jack? With the jack, partner will play the jack because it's technical return. Nico has a jack.
Yeah, I think I have a lot of faith in partner. That's a good thing. Like if partner had the jack, partner will play the jack because, you know, maybe the carrot has like singleton 10 or something which needs to be pinned.
Nico has a jack. Which means partner might have the jack of diamonds. If I let it run, then they might not have entries. It's really bad. Really, really bad. If I win this, what is my plan? I can get 2. I have to win this.
So I think I was quite pleased with myself up until this point because even though I concluded that the carrot had the jack, I still took my time to think a bit more instead of like playing the king immediately. That said, it seems that I stopped myself halfway in thought to just play the king anyway.
And I have 2 tricks, a spade, that's 3. Okay, so if they get 2 hearts and 2 diamonds, 5, 6, 7, 8. I don't know where's the if they take 3 spades, that's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Otherwise, they have 5. They have 1 plus 4, that's 5. Ace, queen, queen, jack. So I have to play partner for the jack of diamonds, which means that I return a spade. Right? Because we get 1 spade one club and one diamond. I want to show clubs. Suppose I'll show clubs.
Between just now and now, nothing changed. So all these thought processes should have been done before playing the king, because I kind of knew that the jack was going to fall. Like, otherwise partner had a singleton, and I mean, things just don't look good at all. But I think it's also good that instead of just autopiloting and playing 10, I was very intentional in playing the 9 to signal for club to so-called assure partner that I had the king. Because, like, partner knows that I don't have the jack, but, you know, I could or I could not have the king, right? And I should convey that to partner.
I get end played. I don't even know.
That's a valid thought.
Nico has one spade, probably two diamonds. One spade, two diamonds, 5-5.
At least I was trying to think of the carrot shape. I guess something changed between just now, like before I played the 9 of spades, and now. Basically, the carrot pitched the 5 of clubs, which should show like a willingness to pitch clubs, right? Like usually from length. I know that the carrot has a jack, so the carrot has at least 4 clubs, because if not, the carrot won't be bearing the jack, right? I guess in a way, the 5-5-2-1 shape is like the so-called worst case scenario, because the worst case scenario is if the carrier can finesse partner's jack of diamonds, right?
Five of diamonds?
So I think here I was shocked, because in like my head the shape was 5-5-2-1, so partner can't afford to pitch a diamond. So I was pretty shocked to see that partner played a diamond.
Low? This partner can't pitch a heart. Partner doesn't want to pitch a club. Nico pitched 2 clubs. 5-4-4.
Okay, so let's talk about what happened here. So when partner pitched a diamond, I think in my head I concluded that partner started with 5 diamonds. And 5-4-4, I was talking about the clubs, because Nico pitched 2 clubs, so she obviously has at least 5. But then I think why I was so confused is because, okay, so our agreement is that the first discard is attitude. So partner's 5, which was low, was encouraging to show he had the jack. But in my head, I had already worked out that I needed partner to have the jack. So in my head, I already knew that partner had the jack. And so I just like skipped a few steps in my head. And I thought that the 5 was count, because after our first discard is count. Yeah, so I just like, because I deduced certain things, or rather not deduce, but I needed certain conditions to be true. So I assumed that partner had the jack in order for the contract to go down. Then I kind of just like ended up imagining that partner like I already knew his attitude in diamonds, and therefore it was count. And this is something that I did in the previous video as well. Like, I assumed that, you know, everyone knows that partner doesn't want heart, so I thought that the heart signal like was soup breath in the end. Yeah, it's just, I think it's just a really bad habit of mine, and I think this step skipping thing, yeah, I think it's just something that I need to work on. If the 5 of diamonds was a count signal, then like, cause you play upside down, then that would show standard remaining count, which means that he started with 4. So like, it just didn't add up in my head. And then I was like saying that, you know, partner can't pitch a club, partner can't pitch a heart, and like, it just didn't make sense. Like, what kind of hand can partner have where he cannot afford to pitch a heart or a club?
Suppose I just give honest count. 2, 6, 1, 2, 4, 6-1. Partner played the 2. It was 6 hearts. She pitched 2 clubs. Partner have 8, 9, 10 jack, no.
So here I couldn't rationalize the count. So partner has 2 hearts because he played low first, and then an unknown number of clubs. I mean, just now I said that I can conclude that declarer has 5. More on that later. But then because of what I thought was the count signal in diamonds, I thought partner had 4 diamonds, even though that didn't make sense. Then something just wasn't adding up. So the only way the carrot would pitch so many clubs is if she didn't have the jack, which means that, you know, maybe the 8 was 4th best instead of my assumed second. I instantly assumed it was second just by vibes. So that's, I guess that's another thing. I should have been more careful, like really counting it. I waited right until now to realize that, oh, you know, it could have been 4, just that if it was 4, it would have been 8, 9, 10 jack, in which case partner would have led the jack.
Somehow it feels like 6-5-1-1.
Finally, I found the layout where everything makes sense, and I think it's good that, like, even though I was so confused by the signals, which was totally my fault, but I still let logic override everything and came to the correct conclusion.
Okay, then I just cash out. Yup. Should I have had higher aspirations? No.
Y'all, this is me pre-letting my guard down. The moment I know the contract is downing, I just wanted to let my guard down.
Okay, so I played the 9 of spades just now. That was... Okay, so should be just a diamond in this spade and a diamond return, then my partner will get a... I mean, I can cash out now, but... Diamond? I mean, there's no squeeze or anything, right? Diamond, spade, I don't know, I guess.
So I think it's good that even though I really wanted to just let my guard down, I stopped and, you know, just double check if, you know, like we could wiggle an extra down trade, which I think, yeah, it's good to do, even if it's a bit of a waste of time.
Whatever.
Okay, so this whatever, it's not good because, like, by returning a diamond, declare 100% all the tricks. I mean, I knew, like, logically that declare everything else. I mean, on one hand, it doesn't matter at all, but, like, just habitually, I should go for the non-absolute 0% chance line.
Yeah, why did partner play the 5 of diamonds? that was kind of, yeah, but I mean, yeah, that was kind of confusing. Sure. I mean, our agreement is standard count after that.
Guys, I truly believe that it was standard count at the time. I guess, okay, like, I mean, on stream, it's like private, right? I mean, it was supposed to be a private stream. And in my head, I guess I so-called blame partner for playing the 5, which misled me, so-called misled me. So I think first, it's good to get it out, like ask partner what happened. In this case, I asked partner, hey, why did you play the 5? Instead of like thinking, oh, partner misplayed, you should clear it, right? Get it out and like see what went wrong. Except this time I was one that was wrong. But and then the way you do it, I guess I think it was a call, and then I asked him like, hey, why do you play the 5? Isn't that like standard remaining count? And then he was like, oh yeah, but that's attitude. Like our agreement's attitude, right? I think like it goes a long way to ask like, hey, why did you do this? Like this is what I thought it was, right? Instead of like instant blame, like yeah, like basically seek to understand what partner was thinking, and then you can work from there. I mean, this case was pretty straightforward. So yeah, I think overall is a solid B maybe. Like obviously it wasn't a complete meltdown. Some bad habits were still there, but I think like compared to my normal, honestly, I think I was thinking more. Maybe because I had to attempt to vocalize what I was thinking, which obviously I wasn't very coherent. Like I feel I just think a lot faster than I can speak, which is why I tend to speak really fast naturally. Like this is super slowed down, okay? Yeah, maybe I should do this more often in the future. Like force myself to vocalize my thoughts instead of like just rushing through everything. I think it's good practice. What else can I do? I mean, I have been playing like chess puzzles for a while, but anyone who has watched me play like knows that I just move instantly without thinking. Um, so that doesn't seem to be working. If you guys have any suggestions for like forcing someone to slow down and think, then do drop in the comments. I genuinely want to work on that. Like I like puzzles. I mean, I'm a big nerd. Yeah, I just want to slow down instead of acting on impulse all the time. I think that's the main thing to work on, to be honest. So yeah, hope you enjoyed this and see you next time. Let me know if you guys like this kind of content. I think it's very different from my normal content. Just let me know what kind of content you guys like. Okay, bye.